Hello everybody out there in the Frontline universe, Chris here, and welcome back to another comic book review. And in this review I'll be reviewing Superman issue 52. This is the final issue for Superman and the final part to the final days of Superman. This is part 8. And this book was an awesome freaking read. Show you guys some artwork really quick. The art in this book was really done well as well. Superman is fighting Denny Swan, who believes he's Superman because of Superman's solar flare. He got too close to the flare, and basically fragments of Clark's memories and life were absorbed into Denny's body through the solar flare, which gave Denny the impression that he was Clark, aka Superman. And as he's trying to convince Denny, trying to get to save him, he's like, Denny, I don't want to fight you. I really want to save you. He just is too far gone. He believes he's Superman, and he's like, you're not going to trick me. And basically it pushes Clark to actually fight back. And unfortunately he starts to get weak. But then Supergirl shows up to save the day a bit. She gets knocked out. Batman, Wonder Woman show up. They get knocked out. So Superman basically does a last ditch attempt and just shoots him up into space near the sun. Unfortunately, halfway towards the sun, he starts to lose steam. But that's when pre-New 52 Clark shows up and basically helps Superman the rest of the way to the sun. New 52 Superman ends up punching Clark, old DCU Superman, out, saying that the world's going to need you, and I don't need you for this last part of my plan. And basically Denny, or the copy Superman, the solar energy Superman, explodes, and Clark basically absorbs all of the blast into himself. And old DCU Clark wakes up. You get this huge page, splash page of everybody watching this happen, and old DCU Superman saves new DCU Superman. This is getting very hard to talk about. He basically lands, and basically the rest of this scene is Superman saying his goodbyes to everybody. Lana, Steel, Batman, Wonder Woman. Lois comes back saying his goodbyes to Lois. And basically, the way he dies is very unique. It's not the way like when Clark fought, the old DCU Superman fought Doomsday. He actually, the energy in his body just explodes, and his body just turns completely to stone, except for the cape. And he's gone. Superman dies. And then Batman turns to the old DC Universe Superman and says, there are a lot of questions. And Superman's like, I will answer all of them later. And then Batman's like, well, how are we going to find you? He's like, don't worry, I'll find you. And he flies off. And then the rest of the book is just the world and how they're reacting to Superman's death. You got Lex with the Superman suit. You have Jimmy taking it very hard. All the characters that we've seen, the people from Smallville, the 3 people that have the psychic ability, the firefighter that Superman fought when he lost his abilities. There was Lois at the very, very end, who was typing Superman, a hero's story, or the life of a hero, or something like that. She was basically writing the story Clark told her before he died. And just basically the world is now in mourning for their Superman's death. And next is Superman Rebirth and Superman Episode 1. And that is going to be the old DCU Superman stepping into the boots of the new DCU Superman. And it's going to be really interesting to see where this goes. But that's a tale or a review for another time. Right now we're talking about Superman 52. And damn it, Peter J. Tomasi, you made me care, just like you made Jay care, about Superman, about the new DCU Superman. This book, the ending had a lot of feels to it. I was really sad to see Superman go. And you know, in the very beginning of the new 52, I remember saying that this was not my Superman. I'd be fine if my Superman came back and this Superman would just disappear. And it's ironic. It's very ironic that that's exactly what happened now, you know, with the final issue of the new the new 52 Superman book, issue 50. And I think Peter J. Tomasi did a great job with the final days of Superman. I'm gonna miss this more, you know, edgy Superman, but at the same time I'm glad to have my Superman back. So it's basically a two-sided blade, you know. Either way, it's not devil in deep blue sea, but it's basically, there's no true win and there's no true lose here. It was very sad to see Superman go, and I like how in a book Lois asked Clark if she thinks that it's possible that Superman, the new DCU Superman, will be able to come back, and he's like, it's possible because that Clark died and he came back. So anything's possible, but I think that this was a really great send-off for the New 52 Superman book, leading into Rebirth, you know, starting fresh with Rebirth. And this was just an amazing book. The final days of Superman in whole, in my opinion, is one of the best story arcs we've had in the 52 issues, or the 52... the 52 issues we've had for Superman, the 52 issues we've had for Action. There were other stories that were good, but this story just stands out the most in the entire 52 issue run of Superman in general. And thank you, Peter J. Tomasi, for giving Superman a really great send-off. I think it was done really nicely, and I think the artwork in this book really was spectacular for this final battle between Superman and Solar Energy Superman, a.k.a. rest in peace, Denny Swan. So that's my thoughts, and that's my review. I think this book deserves a 4.5 out of 5 stars. It was a great send-off for Superman, and I really enjoyed how they infused finally old DCU Superman into the final story arc for Superman. This is a great story, and I would highly recommend you guys check the entirety, all 8 issues out of the Last Days of Superman. If you didn't check out the single issues, maybe you'll check out the trade paperback when it comes out. And with that, that's it for my review, guys. Feel free to let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of Superman 52. Did you enjoy it? Do you agree? Was this one of the better Superman story arcs in the entirety of the new DC Universe, or the new 52 Superman comic line? What are your thoughts on the book? What did you think of the artwork? And what did you think of the run of Superman? And until next time, as always, Comic Frontline, we are your #1 source for comic-related news, reviews, and a whole bunch more. If you haven't checked out the .com yet, you really should. News, articles, everything posted daily. If you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, videos are going up daily. And if you hit that sub button, we'll be in your sub box. So when you go on YouTube every day and you click subscriptions, we'll be there, and you will not miss out on a single video. Also, check out all of our individual channels. It's on the main page of Comic Frontline in tabs, or you can go on the YouTube channel and click the More button, and all of our channels are right there. Also, don't forget to check out the brother channel to Comic Frontline, Frontline Gaming Zone, the gaming side of Comic Frontline. And until next time, everybody, take care, keep reading, keep collecting, and I will see you guys really soon in the next review.